Hey there, songwriters. Welcome to the Songwriting Studio. And in today's video, we are going to talk about mixing background vocals. And specifically, we're going to look at two different methods for mixing background vocals that each give you a different feel. So let's not waste any time. Let's dive straight in. All right, so we're here inside of a project that I worked on recently, and we're going to look at two different methods for mixing background vocals. The first method is what I call the subtle background vocal method. And what I mean by that is it's not this big out front strong piece, but it's just kind of tucked in behind the lead vocal as a nice little texture piece. But it's not meant to really grab your attention. It still allows the lead vocal to sit up front in the mix. So here's how we do it. Number one, I am going to pan that background voice slightly to the right. Not hard panned, but just slightly to the right or even to the left to tuck it in. If I had two background vocals or two harmonies, I would pan one slightly left and one slightly right. In this case, I just have one, so I'm panning it slightly to the right. The second thing that I'm going to do is bring the volume of this track down. I don't want it to be even with my lead vocal. I want it to be tucked away a bit. And then the third thing I'm going to do is in the effects realm, and that is I'm going to add more reverb to my harmony or my background track than there is on my lead track, which creates a feeling of distance or depth. So if you see here, I've got my lead melody highlighted and my reverb, it is about here, but then if you go down to my harmony track, you can see my reverb is up here. So I'm going to hit play on this, and with a slight pan with the volume down and more reverb on the background track, here's what it sounds like.
Lord, I believe, though I cannot hear your voice.
So there you go. It's just a nice little texture piece. The background vocal is subtle. It's just tucked into that lead vocal, and it creates a nice bit of texture and color. So that is method number one. All right, so now let's talk about the second method for mixing background vocals. And this method is for when you want those background vocals to sit more up front and be a more dynamic part of the mix. The last method was more for tucking away a background vocal and almost making it sound like a part of the original voice. But this one is for separating them out and making it sound like you have two distinct voices. So here in this project, I have an original melody line and one harmony with it, which I've affected just the exact same way. This harmony is panned slightly right, the volume is down, there's more reverb on it. But now we have this second melody part going on. And so what I did with these is I pan them hard left and hard right because we want separation. That creates some separation. And then the second thing is the volume of these tracks is close or even on par with the lead melody line. So you'll want to tuck it in just a little bit, but I want these to really stand out so the volume is higher. Then as far as reverb, it's up to you how much or how little reverb you want. So let's take a listen and see if you can tell the difference between the two methods. There you go, two different but simple methods for mixing background vocals. This is Dean signing out here at the Songwriting Studio, where we're equipping you to write and produce meaningful, high-quality music from home.